2026 is this pivotal moment, but here's the caveat. It's not very slow. We're sort of just jumping in the deep end and seeing if we could swim.
Healing is possible, balance is possible, harmony is possible, love, tolerance, everything is possible.
All right, here we are. We're back in the studio, and I am here with the beautiful Gloria Bettini. Gloria is a medium and an energy healer, and she works her magic to help people find guidance, find healing. And this is going to be a very special episode today, listener, because I had this message come to me this morning to ask Gloria if she would showcase her expertise and her abilities. I will absolutely ask her what flow means to her, because I think that that's really important. But then I specifically asked Gloria to share with us today what it is that she does, and I'll be your stand-in proxy sort of client, if you will, so that you can experience what it is that she does, at least witness it, and get a feeling for what it's like to work with an energy healer. 2026 is this pivotal moment from all the messages that I've received since 2023, actually, telling me that 2026 is this pivotal moment. 2025 was a breakdown of a whole lot of deprogramming for us. But 2026 is this beautiful moment of entering into something new. But here's the caveat. The caveat is that it's not very slow. We don't get to wade into the waters of this change for what we're experiencing and all the change that you see that's going on around us. We're sort of just jumping in the deep end and seeing if we can swim. So this whole podcast is dedicated to helping you figure out what is best for you and to help you heal, raise your vibration, find your direction, get rid of all that freaking burnout, and find your purpose. Live in purpose. Find your confidence to stand empowered in your own life. And energy healing has a big component to all of that. Maybe I'm biased because I'm an energy healer. Maybe. But I'm also able to tell you that I've been there, I've done that, I've experienced it, and I have benefited so much that I am thrilled to pieces to be joined by Gloria today in the studio. Gloria, welcome, and thank you so much for being here and agreeing to do this with us.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very, very excited and incredibly grateful to be here as well. Thank you so much.
Man alive. So whoever's listening, I feel the heart racing. I feel the pits are starting to sweat. I feel the little tingles in the feet. So if we could just, and there goes the throat clearing. If we could just take a moment here, listeners, I want you to do this with us. Please take a nice deep breath, ground into your space, in your time, right here, right now. This is an opportunity for growth, nothing to be afraid of, simply an experience. And you can either participate along or step back and just witness. But come to this episode with a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of a tickle in your brain, a little bit of a smile on your face, and a little bit of hope in your heart, because you are not alone. You are meant to heal, and Gloria is here to help us. Take one last deep breath. Thank you for grounding into this episode with us. Listener, you are just as much a part of this as Gloria and I are. Okay, now that that's been settled, Gloria, I'm going to welcome you again. That was just like a whole lot of frenetic energy that I felt like it needed to get settled down. A whole lot of chatter that needed a little bit of silencing. Gloria, will you please introduce yourself? Tell us what it is that you do. And then if you could, tell me your definition of flow. What does flow mean to you?
Yes. So I'll start with well, they're very connected. You know, what I do and the definition of flow. Very, very connected. So
yes.
Nice to meet you, everyone. Hi, I'm Gloria. I'm a spiritual medium. I'm a consciousness development teacher and guide. But actually, I should stop saying those things because I'm a woman on a mission. That's what I am, Lisa.
Amen, sister.
I'm a woman on a mission. This is what it is.
This is the work that you do. Yes.
Yes. This is it. I'm a woman on a mission. I think that's what I am. And then the other things are the things that I do, if that makes sense, right? So I have this mission. I really want to, I really believe that we can get at a point in this world when we are in a beautiful harmony. I really 100% believe that that's possible. I really believe that healing is possible. I really believe the balance is possible, harmony is possible, love, tolerance, everything is possible. It is possible for this to be the main reality that we all experience. I really truly believe in that. And it is my mission to contribute to that. The way that I see this is that a lot of what is happening in the world today is happening because there's a lot of people operating from a place of pain, operating from a place of wound, right?
Yes.
And I really feel like the solution to a lot of it is actually coming home to ourselves and really living from our most authentic place, like soul-led living, literally.
Absolutely.
I really feel that that's what it is, right? And so then what I do, all the things that I do support this. So when you ask me, what does flow mean to me, that's what it means. Flow to me means living at your most authentic, living in connection with your soul, living in a way that you're led by your intuition and you're connected with that. Like, that's who you are. Like, you're connected with who you truly are. That's what flow is to me. Yes.
1000%. I agree with you 1000%. I don't feel delusional in knowing that we could absolutely live in peace. I don't think that is far off in the distance future either. I think it's right here, right now. And I say that because I'm living it. I'm living it. I am well aware of other realities that are happening for other people. And I respect where they are. I respect the lens through which they are experiencing their lives. My hope, my wish, my mission is to change that lens, to allow all of us to see the possibility. And I 1000% agree with you that it is absolutely about coming home to self. So listener, when you're in a period of confusion and of doubt and like finger pointing, well, if so-and-so didn't do X, Y, and Z, my life would be so much better. If these set of circumstances were blah, 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 my life would be so much better. That is all finger pointing at something else. And what that does is take your energy and push it away from you. You become very scattered. You become very confused. That has the feeling of anxiety that winds up becoming the weight of depression, when we could just turn around, point to ourselves and say, me, who am I? What do I need? I love your distinction between who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
You're a woman on a freaking mission, and I am here for it. I am down for it. I am with you. I will link arms. Let's go. Let's do this. Because it's the same. It's the same. And every person that I meet through this beautiful podcast experience is on the exact same mission. So, and anybody listening, they're on the exact same mission. They may not know how to go about it. They don't know the doing, but they absolutely know that they're on a mission to discover peace, live in ease, even if it feels like a want, like I want that, I crave that, I need that, I long for that. You're still very much aware that it's possible. If you want it, listener, then it's possible. If it is possible, it can happen. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to ask, I have already asked Gloria to share her expertise with all of us. And I am the willing recipient, the stand-in, so that you get to sort of go along on this ride with me. Now, here's what I'm really good at. I am really good at being able to tell you what's going on with me. I am by nature a medical intuitive. I can feel what's going on in the body. I could tell you what synapses are firing off right now. I can tell you where energy is moving within me. So I will do my best to explain everything as it's happening in real time, but also recognize that I am receiving, which can be at times like I may be crying and not able to talk.
Yeah.
Like these are just the realities of it all. But I am open to sharing. Gloria is open to sharing. So we're going to jump into this episode with the intention for everybody to receive exactly what they need in this now moment, myself included. Gloria, take it away.
Yes, I'm very excited to do this. I'm very excited to do this. What I'm going to try and do as well is instead of just doing your reading, I will also explain what's going on at the same time.
Fabulous.
Like explaining how I do it, because I think it's really important because obviously a huge part of how I help people come home to themselves is through also developing their own intuitive skills, right?
Yes.
Which are very different for all of us, but I think that, we're all psychic. Please, I know this word might trigger a lot of people, but we're here. We're here. If you can be anything, be a trigger, okay? Be a trigger. I think it's important. I think it's important to be triggers because it makes people like, oh, what is that thing,
You're
right?
a catalyst.
Yes, absolutely. And so yes, I want you to know that you too are psychic. Everybody who is listening, you too are psychic. You were born with an intuition. There is no way that you were born without one. And so everything that we're going to do here today is simply utilizing my own intuition to tap into Lisa's energy. And we talked a little bit about what we're going to do today. Obviously not about what's going to come up, because that we can never know until we're actually doing the reading. Yeah, exactly. But we talked about a little bit the methodology that I'm going to use, basically. And so, yeah, I think I'm just gonna start, and then we'll see what comes to the surface. Okay.
Yes.
Everything that is the purpose of this is to help you. My intention with every single reading, with every single thing that I do, is to give someone something that helps them come home to themselves. So the intention for today, as I connect to my guide, will be, what does Lisa need to receive today? That being the purpose. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do first, I've already opened myself up because obviously I knew we were going to do this. So I've already done my initial meditation where I called everybody in. All my guides are like here supporting us already. I'm going to bring some crystals in just to get some nice energies around us again as well. Here we go. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I will just go back into that intuitive space. All these techniques that I'm utilizing, by the way. So as I was saying, we all have an intuition. It is hard. I think the hardest thing to know is to understand how your own intuition works, how your own intuition speaks to you, especially when you decide to do this kind of work, because I can teach you the techniques, but the way that you receive them and the way that you read and the way that energy speaks to you and your intuition speaks to you is going to be very different from everybody else, So let's see what comes up. So I'm going to try and explain this as I go through, but obviously receive. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the space. So first of all, what we want to do here, I've already reset my energy. So I'm just going to do a quick cleanse before we restart, just to make sure that we're starting from point zero again. I'm just going to rerun my earth and source energy through my body. I'm going to clean my telepathic channels. This is all done through energy. Okay.
And listeners, just so you're aware, what I am feeling is sort of like a veil that is coming over me. It feels like a mesh, like a tool that's just dropping down over me. It's not heavy, but I'm aware that it's there. It's very light, very ethereal, but I am aware that it's there, and everything is very quiet.
I love that. Thank you, Lisa. So I have different guides here. Some of them are for energy healing. I have a healing guide. I have an alchemist. I have a psychic surgeon. I also have an ascension guide. I also have an Akashic record keeper. So they're all here to support us because obviously we don't know whatever is going to come to the surface today. So we want to have them all ready. Team. Exactly. We want to have them all ready. So first of all, and I really want to stress this point, so I'm going to ask you in a second, Lisa, permission to access your energy. And I really want all the listeners to know this. It's very, very important. This is a step that whenever you work with someone that does intuitive work, energetic work, just make sure that they ask you permission to access your energy and they separate properly at the end as well. Because our energy entangles all the time. We form energetic cords and energetic links to everyone and everything that we get connected to throughout the day. And so it's really, really important that there is intention and awareness about all of this. Yeah. So the first thing I do, let me just clear my space there. Okay. Yeah. So Lisa, do you give me permission to access your
Yes.
energy today?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to open the space, and the way that I see everybody's energy, so the way that Lisa's energy is coming through, I'm going to describe it to you using the metaphor of a rose. So at the moment, I'm just keeping myself open to her energy, and I can feel her rose starting to come through. So I'm just going to take a second to just let her come into my space.
And what's really neat, listener, is that I feel my head expanding. There's pressure right in my third eye. That's wrapping around my temples, and I can feel the bones opening up. My occipital ridge is spreading wide. My ears are opening. Temporal lobes, which is right here behind my ears, that is expanding. The bones themselves are expanding, so there's this widening that's happening. The second I gave permission to energetically connect, that's what I felt.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I've got your rose. Here you are. Hi. Okay. So I'm going to describe your rose stuff first. So the flower just represents your energy, how it comes through today. So if I were to read for you again, the flower itself, probably the color, the texture, they would probably be different. This is how your energy is coming through today. And it's a beautiful peach color. It's very warm. It's a nice peach color, and it's slightly more red and intense towards the top of the petals, and then it gets a little bit lighter, more like pastel color towards the bottom of the flower. But it's a nice open and full rose. There's loads of petals. I'm going to try and get the texture. It actually feels like the flower. It feels like the actual flower. Sometimes I get all sorts of different textures, but in your case, it actually feels like the flower, like the rose petals. And the rose, as I said, is very full, very open. When I see a rose like this, it always makes me feel like the person is very open to the work that we're doing. Maybe even if they are not necessarily, it doesn't mean that everybody is an expert, but at least the person is very open to receiving this, very open to this kind of work. Sometimes I see roses that are more like closed up, and that to me, the way that my intuition interprets it is that maybe the person is about to have an awakening of some sort, like that. But for you, I feel like you're in this work. So I'm not surprised there. I'm not surprised there at all. It's like very nice and open, and the petals are very full. Then once we looked at the flower, we want to have a look at the stem. Now, the stem is the thing that actually doesn't really change. That's connected to our lives, our parallel lives. I say, past lives, people call them, but actually everything is happening all at once. So there really are parallels. So all of the parallel lives. And it just tells us a little bit whether somebody is an older soul or a younger soul. So as I connect to the stem of your rose, it is the same texture as a normal rose, the stem of a rose. It doesn't have any thorns. So thorns, again, we don't always see them. When we see them, they have specific meaning to the person. But in your case, there is none. So it's very smooth. And I'm just going to focus on the length of the stem. And I just want to have a look. Where does it go? Okay, it's very, 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 very long. I do not actually see the bottom of it. So it's very long. It's a beautiful old soul that you are, Lisa, for sure. I'm pretty sure you know that. I don't think that's a surprise.
It
I
rings
don't
true.
think that counts.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. And then the other thing that we want to look at before we get into the actual reading of what you need to receive today, we want to look at spirit light. So we want to look above or around the rose and search for source light or spirit light. So let me just find it, and then I'll tell you what it is. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So your source light is directly above your rose. It's almost like a North Star, it feels. What that makes me feel is that spirit or source is a source of direction for you. I feel like it's something that really leads you a lot. You pay attention, you inquire a lot. Yeah, you inquire a lot, making decisions, steps to take, all of that sort of stuff. I feel like you're very, very spirit-led in that sense. And it's up there. Yes. And you know what? It's also very, very stable up there. So it's not only that it gives you direction, but it is something that you know that whenever you want, you can reach it. I don't feel there's ever any doubt with regards to whether a spirit is going to hear you or not.
Never a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like such a stable light just above you. It's really beautiful. Okay. All right. Okay. So how is your rose? Does it resonate, Lisa? Yeah?
It absolutely does. Absolutely. One other little
Okay.
tidbit is I'm a
Mhm.
Reiki master. So that light that is above me, I know it's there. I feel it. I access it. It moves through me. It gets shared with others. And right now, listener, just so you're aware, my wrists are activated. My the ulna, which is that bone in your forearm, they are very, very activated, almost humming. And my hands are really hot. So there's a lot of source energy that's moving through, but it's more than just light. It's a actual vibration. It's going through my
Yeah.
bones. I feel it.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So now that we've connected, I'm just going to ask my guides, what is it that you're meant to receive today? Let's just
And
connect.
listeners, this is very gentle. You should also know that Gloria's connection is very kind. It's very soft. It almost feels gelatinous, which is a weird way to describe it, but it's this not quite fluid, but not quite solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's gelatinous, which means that it's extremely efficient. It's very quick, and she's going to be able to like move a lot through this connection, which means like, so listeners, you understand, she's very skilled at what she does. She's an absolute expert, and she's very, very learned with her skill set.
Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.
And it's green.
Oh.
So that's heart.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, this is a lot of her heart gets not shared so much, but everything moves through her heart.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because when I do all of the opening meditations and everything, I never go through the mind. I always go through the heart. Always, always,
Okay.
always. So the way
There
that
you go.
I call in the guides, the way that I do every intention, everything, I go in the mind to begin with to find that quietness, right? The chatter, to stop that. So I go there and find the quietness, and then just drop into the heart space, and it feels like barn doors, you know? Like I have these like
Yes.
barn doors that open up like this.
Yes, I do.
And I'm like, let's do it. You know? And I feel like the guides coming through, and then every single communication work, everything, then it's through these doors. Yeah.
Yes.
So
and not
definitely resonates.
every healer works through their heart. That's the other thing. It's why, different healers resonate with different people. Some very much work through their sacrum and their solar plexus, and they're very strong, and they can ground a lot to allow for you, listener, to have a whole lot of healing in like one fell swoop. I've worked with people like that. This is very different. It's very, very soft. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
So we have Lisa here. What does she need to receive today? Is it a message? Is it a healing? Is it a learning? It's a message. Okay. Okay. We're going into your Akashic Records. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So my Akashic Record Keeper is coming through with a book. So I see lives as books. Okay. I see lives as books and contracts as scrolls. This is not the same for everyone. Again, this is just how my own intuition works. So this is how I see them. So he's coming through with a beautiful red book, and it's cloth bound. It has a pink bookmark and an oval shape on it. The inside of the oval is gold, and it's got loads of roses and flowers around the oval. Like a beauty, like, like if it, like you would have like a wreath, but like around the oval, basically. Okay. And the book it's not big. It's like an A5 size, and the edges of the pages are gold as well. And there's something in this life that we need to take a look at for you. So I'm just going to go and open this. Can I open it? Do I open it at the bookmark? Yes. Okay. Let's see what's there. Okay. So this is thousands and thousands of years BC, like thousands and thousands of years BC. And I'm sensing that we're somewhere, you know what? I can't even pinpoint it on a map, because I believe that we've been lied to about places like this. I believe that we've been lied to that these places existed. And so I can't even pinpoint it on a map for you. If I were to go, just by going with my heart, I have a strong feeling that this is around like North Africa, or maybe the Arabic space, but I believe we've been lied to about these places. So I'm not going to give you a certain location for this. This is
I'm
a place that
chuckling
is
because
not.
that's
Yeah?
exactly where I went to.
What do you mean that's where you went to?
That's exactly, if I were to look at a map, that's exactly where I was standing, except I wasn't on land. I was standing
Oh,
on water going, where is it? Where is it? It's not here. Where is it? Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let me just see. I'm just gonna jump inside of this. Is it okay if I jump inside? By the way, this is the guides that I'm talking to. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So is it okay if I jump inside? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm meant to jump. I feel like this is a beautiful, really beautiful place. For some reason, the word Atlantis is coming to me. I feel
Mhm.
like this is a place that we don't have necessarily certainty about in today's world, but as I said, I believe we've been lied to about the existence of these places. And definitely your soul has got some roots over there. So let's go and have a look. I see a lot of beautiful blue water. There's really, really beautiful buildings. They're all white and gold buildings. There's also bridges. So, okay, so this is a river. This is not necessarily a sea. So this is a river because there's a beautiful bridge across this river. There's beautiful boats underneath it. The sun is shining. The sky is clear blue. There's not a cloud in the sky. And there's a lot of softness as well. Like there are windows, but what I can see in the buildings is mainly curtains. And they're all like this like soft, either white or gold curtains. And I can see them like blowing in the wind. There's this softness, this movement. Okay. Can you show me where Lisa is in this life? Can you show me where I can find her? Oh, there you are. Okay. So you're inside of a building. And I'm looking through the window now, and you're writing. You're a female, and you're sat at this table. You have a quill, and you're writing. There's loads of pages. I feel like you've been writing this for a long time. There's a lot of pages there. Is this a book? Can you tell me what this is? Okay, he says it's research. He says you're writing like a research paper of some sort. You're researching something. Okay. Let me just see a little bit more about your space around you. What can I see? There's not much else in this room, actually. There's stone walls. It's quite airy, fresh, but it doesn't necessarily have like decorations all around, It feels like very simple, and it's a beautiful, airy space. And let me just see what's around. There's a candle. It's not lit. It's daytime, so I presume you don't need it. But that tells me that you probably carry on writing for quite a long time during the day and night. Okay, so I can see that you're standing up now. You want me to? Okay, Soul wants me to see something else about this. Okay, so this is part of a palace, and this is just a room in a palace, and we've gone out of this room, and now there's this balcony. Like those like square balconies that go all the way around the buildings, and they have a courtyard in the middle.
Yes.
That's what it looks like. And you're going on this balcony, and there's like different doors. There's lots of women in these doors. There's mainly women living here. Okay. Where is she going? You're going down the stairs. There's a little like pool of water in the middle. There's beautiful trees, kind of like palm trees, they look like. And we're going outside now. Okay, where are we going? You're probably, I would say, 18, 20 maybe. Not older than that. And you're running a little bit. You're wearing this beautiful white gown. It feels like it's like a flowy linen kind of gown. You're wearing sandals. I'm just going to follow you. I'm just going to see where we're going. Where is it that Soul wants to take us? Okay, there's cobblestones on the road, on the street, and you're entering what looks like it's on one shop. One side of it looks like an apothecary, so there's loads of like herbs and things, but then the other side of it has loads of like mechanical things. I can see like compasses and watches and all sorts, and it feels like there's these like two worlds colliding. And there's books in the background. So you're coming, this is where she's doing research. Yes, this is where you're getting a lot of information about your research. You're working with a man, with a gentleman. He's very old. He looks like he could be like a professor. He's got gray hair, round glasses, and he's supporting you with this research. Okay. So what is the message? Ark is my Akashic record keeper, calling him Ark for short. So what is the message then? What does Lisa need to receive about this life? Are you actually researching something at the moment?
Am I? I'm always researching.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
always
that makes
researching. I just actually started taking a course on neurology. So I'm studying the brain system and our nervous system.
Okay. What is coming through is the clear phrase that I heard is the door is open for you to speak. The door is open for you to share the information, and I feel like it has to do with specific research. Let me just see.
This is beautiful, perfect timing. Beautiful, perfect timing. I'm presenting some new work tomorrow.
Oh, okay, that will make sense. Does this have to do with the work that Lisa's presenting tomorrow? Okay, he's saying it's more. I feel like there's a lot more that's going to come from your research. I feel like, yes, sorry. Yeah, can you show me that in a different way so I can say it with words? Thank you. Okay. I feel like maybe this isn't going to make any sense, but I feel like what you're studying, and maybe this is also what I'm seeing with these two parts of this shop. I feel like there's an element of the scientific, but I feel like you're connecting a lot of the spiritual to it. And the message is that that's exactly what you should be doing. It's like a message of confirmation, like you've done this before. This is it. Like this is exactly what needs to be done. Because it's not just the science of things. It is connecting it. Yeah, sorry. So show me that again, but in a simpler way. Yeah, thank you. I want to say it with words. Yes, thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. So yes, so there is an element of the scientific, but there's something that's deeply spiritual, and it's deeply connected to consciousness. And I feel like it has to do with how we can all access our consciousness, and we can be, let me know if this makes sense. Like it's about consciously working with our consciousness. Does that make sense? It's a bit of like a tongue twister. But it's like consciously working with our consciousness, like be really aware of that. And I feel like you need that scientific base to do that, but you don't actually want to do that. I feel like it's just like a bridge. Is it a bridge?
Yes.
It is. Okay. It's a bridge to connect you to that. And the message loud and clear is, yes, you've done it before. This is exactly what you need to be doing.
Oh my God. Thank you. I knew it was foundational. I knew it wasn't like I would not be sitting and presenting studies on neurology in some classroom somewhere. But I also knew I had to study it because it's foundational for that, for being able to be extremely present, intentional, and consciously conscious. It like that. There's actually no better way to explain it.
Yeah.
It simplifies and gives context to explaining how the human body works and being able to use it in our best interests rather than thinking we're trapped in a body or that our body just sort of functions outside of our intention, and really bringing that concept of intentionality back home. Yeah. It's crazy.
So it's very loud that it's you're definitely on the right track with that. That's definitely the path. And it feels like it's not the first time that you do it either.
Yes, for some strange, bizarre reason, it feels extremely familiar. Extremely familiar.
Yeah.
And listeners, so that you're aware, while this entire time that Gloria's been following along and trying to get to the message, understand it, there's been a flutter through my lower left abdomen, and it's the abdominal wall, not the intestines. At first I thought maybe it was like my ovary, but I don't have a left ovary. So I was like, is it the scar tissue? No, it wasn't. It's literally the abdominal wall. There's a wave going through left lower flank of my abdominal wall. Now, What I can do, listener, and what you can do a little bit of research into German New Medicine to find out what exactly is happening in that quadrant of our bodies. That lets you know the neurological connection up to the brain and then how we make sense of what's going on inside of our bodies. My intuition tells me that that is learned experience. And that little capsule of time that Gloria just shared with us, I'm literally carrying around with me in the cells that create my lower left abdomen. So it doesn't surprise me that I lost that ovary. Doesn't surprise me that I've had surgery in that area of my body. I've had 2 surgeries there. Does not surprise me in any way or form. When a body speaks to you, it's because it's trying to get you to pay attention. But we sort of, just due to ignorance, we just lack the experience of tapping into those different cells to find out what lived experience is trying to get through to us to bring us to living our best lives right now. That's incredible. The timing of this is incredible. It's literally new material tomorrow that I haven't shared with anyone, but it is about this. It's just incredible. It is literally about deprogramming your nervous system, bringing homeostasis back to the nervous system to be able to attract love, abundance, wealth, money. My material is very specific to money because money is the currency of connection.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very, that would be I have a question for your guides. I am extremely obsessed with money. And now 2023, I was told the frequency of money changes, boom, in 2026. There was a rewriting that happened in 2025. 2026 is this love currency. It is the frequency of love that now creates our currency. So I am utterly obsessed with it. I would love to know, am I missing out on anything that can be shared? Is there a missing piece of some sort?
With regards to money?
Yeah.
With regards to the energy of money? Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell me if there is anything that Lisa is missing with regards to the energy of money that should be shared? Anything that she can share with the world? Anything that she hasn't seen with regards to the energy of money? Okay, can I have an image for that? Thank you. This is very interesting. Can you show me in a different way? I want to be able to say it better. This is okay. So I want you to know this. So it is something that is quite difficult to translate your intuition. Yeah. So it is very difficult. You're receiving, just so you know, and this is, if you ever want to do intuitive training, this is going to be the interesting part for you, because your intuition works in different ways, right? You could be clairvoyant, you could be claircognizant, which means that you have an inner knowing. Clairvoyant is when you see images, but you could also be hearing sounds. You could also be feeling sensations in your body. And at this point in my work, I feel all of them really like pretty clearly, right?
Yeah.
However, it doesn't really speak in language, okay?
Exactly.
So the problem is that I'm seeing like all these beautiful things and feeling these beautiful things. And I'm like, but English, please, is there a way?
I love that you said,
Can I have that?
at the exact same moment, you said, that's very interesting. And I was thinking, that's extremely curious, because I'm seeing these like bursts of light that just keep swirling into each other. And I'm like, that's super curious. Words would be great. Like, maybe translate that to what I do, what I speak.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly like one of the most interesting things about this work, you know? And even like, because obviously now we're speaking to guides, but even when I do mediumship and we speak to souls, you know, who have passed, they speak in the exactly same way through the intuitive channel.
Yes.
And so I'm like, I'd love to say this with words. Would you be able to show me, please, in a way? Like, we can do it. It's like a
Remember
proper team
when you
effort,
spoke?
You know?
Remember that? Can you use that skill set?
Can you do that? Honestly, it's so fun. It's so much fun. Okay, let me just go back in there, because I was getting, like you, I was getting a lot of waves of energy, and there was a lot of red, actually. A lot of red. So I want to see, but red not in a sense of alarm. There was a red in a sense of warmth. Yeah, in a sense of warmth. Yes. So let's just go back in there. Okay. So tell me, what is it? Is there anything that Lisa is missing? Is there anything that she needs to know or anything that needs to be shared with regards to money that is important that she shares now? All right. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Okay. So what I'm feeling is that the main thing here is that money just is perpetual. We have a sorry, yeah, show me that again. All right, okay. So we have a preconception about money that either is or it isn't. Like either money it's there or it's not there. Or we make money or we, you know, like it's a tangible thing, like the cash, you know. But the thing is that's not what it is. He's saying that actually money is not a tangible thing. Money is a concept. Money, it's an energy, and it's always there. It is always available. It is always accessible. It is always there. So that's the main misconception that is happening. Wait a second. It doesn't finish. It doesn't end. It just changes, but it doesn't have to. Wait, go back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's showing me like an image of our traditional way of seeing money, like the exchange of goods or, you know, services in exchange of money. But he's saying, no, that's not necessarily what money is. This is how we've been educated about money. But money itself, it's just that energy that we were seeing. It is just available. It is always present. It is always there. And it is not a physical thing. It's very much something that we tap into. Again, please give me an example. Yeah. Okay. It is something that we tap into like a state of creativity, like a state of flow, like it's an energy that we access. It is not a physical thing.
Got it.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. What is the most efficient way for people to heal their fear? And is it that fear that keeps them disconnected from that energy flow of money?
Is it fear that keeps people disconnected from? No. Okay, what is it that keeps people disconnected? Okay, let me clear my energy. Okay, show me it again. What do you mean not know? He says it's not knowing. Not knowing. Oh, okay. It's not knowing who we are.
Whoa.
I'm gonna cry.
Right there with you.
I'm
my God.
I felt it in exactly the same way.
Oh my God. So it's not a disconnect from the energy of money. It's a disconnect from the authenticity of self.
Well, no, not necessarily. Authenticity, I think it's part of it, but it's not. I feel like he's trying. No. Okay. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah. It's not necessarily just our authenticity. It's like who we are as humans, because we perceive ourselves as like these people going around and having to do things.
Yeah.
But we are not that. We are energy. We are spirit. We are energy and spirit. Right. And so it's not necessarily just like, you know what I mean? Because there could be like when we talk about authenticity, it could be like your authenticity of what you're here to do in this life. But it's beyond that. Yeah. It's like it's the layer beneath that. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
That blew
it's
through
the fact
me.
That we are. Yeah, I felt it.
With such force and like a laser went right through me so quickly.
Yeah. And I'm telling you what images I was seeing. So when he showed me the energy of money, I was seeing this, like you were saying, you know, these like lights and this energy. It almost looked like a little bit like a kaleidoscope. You know, like with all these things, like, you know, changes like that.
Yes.
And it had a lot of sparkle and a lot of red energy in terms of like warmth and love. And then when he said, what is it that we're missing? Is it fear? He showed me, when I said fear, he showed me like the person, like the figure of the human. And he says, no, it's not that, it's that. And then he just pulled the image out. And I saw the same thing that I saw for the money, I saw for us. But us was blue. So it was this like beautiful like energy thing. And it looks like a kaleidoscope, same thing, like loads of things like intertwining together, but the main energy was blue. And so he says, because the person with the fear isn't who you are. This is who you are as humans. Yeah.
And
That's
to
how I saw
everyone,
it that way.
listeners, in case you're not aware, so blue is that throat energy. The throat energy is your voice, your existence, your how you use your willpower, how you use your empowered state. That's your throat, everybody. That's blue. That's the energy of blue.
It is also the entrance of your telepathic channels, which are all around your face. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It aligns, the throat aligns with the base of your skull, that whole throat chakra. Base of your skull is the mouth of God through which all intuition and psychic knowledge moves through into your consciousness and awareness. Holy. Now I understand why my head was opening. All the bones were shifting. Everything was opening.
Yeah.
When we got started. And why both of our throats are like,
yeah. Yes, very much so.
Okay, that's
I
beautiful.
feel like it's a coming home in a way deeper sense.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
A way deeper sense. Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of when we talk about coming home, and I talk about coming home actually in very different levels and layers, you know, when somebody comes close to my work at first and the coming home to themselves for them is just understanding their purpose in this life, right?
Yeah.
But then as we go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, you just understand that the coming home is actually soul and it's actually energy and it's your like multi-dimensionality. And I feel that that's exactly that. That's exactly what I saw. Like it's not the human, but the energy behind the human or the energy that the human is.
Wow. The energy that the human represents.
Yeah.
It's a representative.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Holy Toledo. Is there anything else?
Let's see. Yes, I'm going to ask.
Or is it right? Yeah.
Is there anything else the listener needs to receive today or the listener needs to know about this today? He says deliver. Okay. Deliver. What does she need to deliver? Deliver the information.
We'll do.
Deliver the
Absolutely.
information. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Deliver the information, deliver the research, and also the fact that this is a beginning. Yeah. This is a beginning. This is a beginning of like a journey or a beginning of an understanding or a beginning of something for a lot of people. So deliver that. Deliver the information to them. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that Lisa needs to take from this parallel life? No. Just the knowledge that it's not the first time that you do this. So have, keep that in mind, like be aware of that you're feeling that for a reason because it isn't the first time. Your soul is going through it in different spaces. Are there any other lives besides? Oh, okay. Yeah, many lives. He showed me one, but he's got a stack of books. He's got a stack of books where you're doing
Got
this.
it. It's an
And
expertise. Got it.
Yeah. And is it the same kind of research? Yeah. It's very much connected to the work that your soul does. Yeah. So it isn't. This was just an example life, but you're doing that in many other lives as well. Yeah. It's really part of you, Lisa. I love that. How do you feel? Would you like to ask anything else, or do you feel complete?
I feel complete. I feel that confirmation and knowing that, in this lifetime here right now, doing what it is that I'm doing, sharing through this podcast and I know that tomorrow's workshop is just the beginning. So it was really nice that there's confirmation of that. There's also, it's also really super freaking nice to have some confirmation that like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because in the world that we live in and in the work that we do, there's a whole lot of, I don't know, am I stabbing around in the dark? And to get validation and confirmation feels really good. It feels really, really good. It adds a level of confidence of knowing, okay, this has purpose and this really is for the betterment of all. Literally, I think from my experience and from just this ridiculous level of knowledge that money is this final frontier of not a God to be worshipped, but an essence that is like that. People worshiping it as if it were some sort of God always confuses me because I'm like, oh, what the heck is a God? Like it's just a word. I don't understand. But if it's the currency of our soul, if it's the energy of our soul, if it's the essence of who we are, now I understand why on a very elementary level it would be worshipped, chased after. Like I get it. I get that now. I understand that now.
I don't feel that necessarily the message was that our soul's energy is the same, like that our soul's energy is money. But I feel more like money isn't something to be used or worshipped, but money is something to resonate with, like as the law of resonance.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, so it's something to resonate with, and it's something to be friends with and to be companions. It's like equal. It's not above. It's not above. It's not below, right? It's that equal energy that you would have with like, like a soul family. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like a soul family or something like that, for sure. I feel like it was more about like, it's not much difference. It's all energy at the end, it's all energy at the end. But I think we have to stop thinking of ourselves as so little and money so big. Maybe.
Exactly. Yes.
Maybe
it
we are as big
like
as money.
That.
You know what I mean? Like maybe we are as big as money, perhaps.
Exactly. It's not that money has to get smaller. That energy has to be contained. It's that we have to recognize we're just as much.
Yeah.
Just as big, just as bright, just as important. That's really cool. Good. It's really cool. And that we did this in this way. Now it becomes a lesson that will be shared with the audience, right? And a lesson that gets shared again and again. And to know that this is just the beginning for this next phase of who I am is exciting. That's exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So listener, right now there's this wave going through my head where it's just sort of like, womp, womp. It feels like when you've like paused the TV. There's just this little
the static,
pulsation.
The little static,
Yeah, the static and pulsation that's happening.
Yeah.
Which that tells me that it's the beautiful pause in an energy session. And when I work with clients, that's always the point where I go, okay, so we're either done or we're opening up a whole other path to go down. So for me, that feels like the most beautiful place to say thank you.
Okay. Yes, of course. What I'm going to do now, which is something that we always have to remember, I'm going to clean my energy and separate us. So I'll give you back your rose. Let me just go back in and do that for us. I'm going to say thank you to all of our guys. I'm going to give him the book back. We're going to close your Akashic Records.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So I'm just going to run a little bit of earth and source energy through you. With the earth, we're going to go from the feet up, have it come out your crown chakra. And then with source, we're going to come down from your crown chakra and go all the way down, out from your feet. We're going to cleanse out anything that's not yours, anything that doesn't serve you, anything that's stagnant. I'm going to quickly rebalance your chakras as well. I'm going to put protection around you. Okay, I'm just going to quickly do this. Oh, sorry, I'm going to ground you as well a little bit. I'm going to do the same for me. Okay. And then I'm going to cut the cord between us and I'm going to separate our roses. Let me give you back your energy all the way back to you. And you're gone. Okay. Let me just close the space. All right. There we are.
That was beautiful. Now, listeners, so that you're on this journey with me, the very first thing was I tasted dirt as you were pulling the grounding up through me. I could smell it. I could taste it. I could feel it inside of me, not with my fingers, but I could feel it moving through me. And then that beautiful light felt like almost like an internal shower.
Yes.
That got to flush. And that was beautiful.
That's what it's meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it felt like. To be, yeah. But it's internal. So I did not feel it on the outside of me. I didn't feel it in my auric field. I absolutely felt a flush through my entire body, a shower. And then it felt very much like a retractable cord, like for your vacuum or something, right? It just went right back into me, and then a warmth through my chest. So listener, there are all of these different sensations, and you may or may not be aware of them when you work with an energy healer. It is a really nice way to start leaning into your intuitive gifts, the way that you receive information, whatever that is for you. For me, it's taste, smell, feel, know. All the clairs are super active in me. So it's just a matter of which sense stands out most. I love it when they all are firing on all engines. But if you just start to lean into that experience, what is my body feeling? Where am I getting tingling sensations? What do I smell? What do I see? What do I hear? What do I just all of a sudden know with 1,000% clarity? That's an introduction to your intuitive skills, your trigger word, psychic abilities. Don't shy away from that. It's literally your navigation system. It's your GPS. So use it. It will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. I promise you, it will take you right to where you need to be, where you can learn the most, grow the most, and have the most opportunity. So when you work with someone as beautiful, as loving, as skilled as Gloria, just know that what she is doing is working with your systems, introducing you to your systems, and then guiding you through these experiences that really bring you into a new version of yourself. And it's so beautiful and it's so wonderful. Gloria, thank you so much for this experience. Thank you so much for sharing with me, with the listeners. I think this was an awesome episode.
Thank you.
Where can listeners find you? Where can they, how can they work with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find everything at gloriabettini.com. And I teach as well as work one-on-one with clients. So I have a consciousness development program, where you can learn how to harness your intuitive abilities. Whether you want to do it for yourself or actually become a practitioner and do this as a profession, the course is the same. It gives you a certificate at the end that you are able to do certain techniques and stuff. And so that includes like mediumship, energy healing, past lives, Akashic Records, like loads of stuff there. I also teach tarot as well, which I absolutely love. It's such a great, fun tool to work with intuition and energy. So you can find all of that. And then one-to-one, I offer different kinds of sessions. They're all on my website as well. And if you're more curious about other things, you can find me on YouTube, actually. I have a YouTube channel, or on the Insight Timer app, where I'm a teacher. I stream regularly 2-3 times a week with different kinds of events. I do like astrology related stuff as well. It's like, it's all, everything. Just know that everything that's there on the website, on the courses, on the sessions, on the streamings, everything that's there is with the purpose to help you come home to you. That's the purpose. Whether you want to do it through astrology, or you want to do it through mediumship, or you want to do it through developing your psychic abilities, or through tarot, whichever way, everything that's there is designed, created to help you come home to yourself. That's that.
That is fantastic. So listeners, you've heard me talk about the buffet of healing, right?
Yes.
Welcome to the buffet of healing. Take what you want. Go and fill your plate with the things that resonate with you. Give them a try. If they work, wonderful. If they don't, fabulous. Come back, try something else, put that into your life, see how things change. The best thing you can do is to keep trying different modalities, see what resonates with you. You are the curator of your own being, your own life, your own journey. And there goes that throat again.
Yeah.
So when you are invited to come home to yourself, it is literally to your own table to eat and nourish yourself, your soul, your journey, your experience with the things that mean the most to you, that help you the most. Gloria is a perfect example of having a learned practice with a variety of different holistic modalities that you get to choose from. So what stands out to you? What speaks to you? Use your intuition right now and see which one is tickling your brain the most. Then get on over to her website, scroll down. The link is right there in the show notes. Click on that, go to her website, make an appointment, see what more you can learn about yourself. Gloria, thank you so very much for being here on Find Your Flow with me. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your expertise.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so beautiful. And thank you for sharing your energy, for being so open to the work as well. So thank you for receiving today as well. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
My pleasure. It was an absolute honor. Listeners, come on back to the next episode where we are going to talk about even more stuff that we get to experience and help us on these journeys to be able to find our flow. I'm a bit obsessed with money right now. And if you're anything like me, you are too, whether it's making more or holding on to it. But here's the thing. The problem isn't the money, and it's not a sense of self-worth either. I'm sure that you know you're worth a shit ton more than you're bringing in right now. The problem is with your nervous system. The bottom line is that you're really, really good at staying alive. It's what we're designed to do as humans, survive. We're literally hardwired for it. Now, so what does that have to do with money? Money flows. It's that simple. Money's an energy and it flows. If our nervous systems aren't calm, then money can't flow. If you're used to working hard, hustling, money can't flow without immense effort. If you can't hold on to money, it's not because of a lack of work, it's from a lack of capacity. So this is my obsession, healing the nervous system to allow money to stay and flow with ease, literally build the capacity to hold more, establish the ease to allow money to flow with ease. And that's what the held container is all about. So if you feel like you brace for life, wait for the other shoe to drop, hang on until the next payday, or panic and avoid money altogether, this program is for you. It's so simple and so impactful. And if you just felt like I threw you a lifeline, lifted you out of a sense of drowning, then this is for you. Go to nagarelife.com to apply. The program is only open to 6 people, and applications are open now. Okay, that's it, listener. Before you go, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and set your notifications to never miss an episode. If you'd like even more with me, come on over to nagarelife.com. And if you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, go on and share it. Share it with somebody that you think would enjoy it as well. All right, I'll see you next time.